They want you on a road trip where you can't just leave, hospice to where you look bad or feel guilty for leaving, the workplace where it might be difficult for you to leave still. They thrive in these environments like tapeworms in the intestines of livestock. And that's exactly what they are, parasite. I am your friendly neighborhood misanthropist. That is my full name on my birth certificate, I swear. And welcome to my channel. I hate everyone, which was the nicest channel name I could think of. So today I really want to talk about these freaking leeches, man. For a long time, I've wanted to make a video like this. I don't really have a fan base at the moment, so I'm basically shouting into the void right now, which is kind of nice, you know? To just be able to say what you want whenever you want, because why not? Well, I think I freaking nailed it with my intro, so let me get this done before my voice goes off the rails again. I've noticed when reviewing my videos, I sound pretty good on some parts, then my voice goes completely off the tracks. Probably because I'm tired. So without further ado, here's my list of insane things that all narcs do. It's in a list format because why not? Anyway, welcome to my narc lab, where we dissect narcs, not frogs. We love frogs here. Number 1, the stairs. There are 3 that I have identified thus far. The first is the Sherlock Holmes stare. This is when they are watching every micro expression on your face to figure you out. So I think in their head they think that they are body language experts, but their body language readings are often as askew as their warped view of themselves. The second is the baiting stare. It's the stare that they give you when they are using others around them to loud talk you, sometimes using what they have learned about you, and other times they are just throwing out bait to see which will hook you, which is why it's called baiting, bait. All of this happens because you have done something either intentionally or unintentionally, most likely, that has made you target practice. And it really doesn't take much. I mean, if someone has given you a compliment, you are going down. If you have gotten a new watch, you are going down. If they are constipated and you have diarrhea, you are going down. Because in their eyes, you think that you are better than them. They're like, oh, so you think you're better than me since you can shit. Well, I can take a laxative to get where you are. As a matter of fact, make it 2 laxatives. The third is what I call the big forehead it stare. The reason why I call it the big forehead it stare is because it looks like the scene from the new It with the even bigger forehead. It's when he's lurking in the storm drain. The face expression that he has is what you see when a narcissist mask slips and you really see how they feel about your ass. That might be what some people call the narcissistic stare, I think. Why it happens? They hate you. It's that simple. They try to cover it up because you might be around people that they want to fool. I mean, impress. But holding back their hatred is the equivalent to holding a handstand for them. The reason why stares have made it to the list of quirks or weirdo behavior is because it's weird. It's weird to me because if you feel the way that you are looking at me, why do you want to be around me? Why? Which brings me to second on my list. They want to be around the people they hate. Maybe it's me, but when I hate someone, I want to be on the opposite side of the galaxy that they are in. If they are in heaven, I want to go to hell. I do understand the reason for this is that they have to have their supply. It's like air to them. That's why when I know for sure that I am dealing with an arc, I dip into my villain arc and cut off that supply. My heart shrinks 2 sizes, and at that point, I have no soul. The thing is, if you are branded as supply, they will never be done with you. You can cut them off and deprive them. At some point, they may become dormant, but when you are forced to be around them, they will reactivate and roll out on your ass like some damn Autobots or Decepticons. Number 3 on my list is that they want you to be jealous of them. This one drives me nuts because I learned at a early age that life operates in waves. When one person is down, another person will be up. Vice versa. That's the way life is. A lot of people have the karma philosophy. I never have, because there are way too many good people suffering and too many bad people thriving for there to be a such thing as karma. My belief is that everyone is riding waves. With narcissists, they have a long-standing rivalry / competition with you going on in their heads, and it's just in their heads, and they can never be happy for you or anybody for that matter. If you get a new television, they will go and get another one an inch larger to brag to you about it. I think it's called one-upping. The thing that drives me crazy about this is the very fact that they think things like this actually affect us. It drives me crazy. But you're driving me crazy for a different reason than you think. As someone that's chronically chill and not competitive in any way, shape, or form, it is exhausting to be around someone that wants to lasso you into an involuntary, one-sided competition. It's crazy making. And what's worse is they think they're winning. I hate it. Maybe it's just me, but even though I'm not competitive, I just don't like them to win because they're so horrible. Is it bad to not want someone horrible to win?
Oh, who cares?
But when you think about why this happens, it's very simple. They are super envious and jealous of nearly everyone. No, cross that out. Everyone. They are jealous of everyone. In their mind, I believe that they don't like that about themselves. So they would rather you be in that position. So they try to provoke that emotion out of you, and when they can't induce the desired result, they will manufacture one for other people or just for their own self-esteem. I have witnessed someone on vacation being antagonized the entire trip, and when the victim decided that she had had enough and shut down, she heard the narc asking her flying monkey why the victim was acting so cold after being antagonized the whole trip. They all chalked it up to her being jealous. So of course it couldn't be that you were acting similar to what I seeing swirling around on the inside of my toilet. You've got a toe up from the flow up personality. But no, it couldn't be that. That's how you know these people are crazy. I wish I could be that delusional. They will antagonize you just to manufacture whatever they want. It could be that you are unhinged, jealous, insert bad trait here. When they induce those side effects, it's crazy. They're weirdos, y'all. I'm telling ya. Number 4 is creepier than my freaking thumbnail. They like to get you trapped in a place where there is no escape. They want you on a road trip where you can't just leave, hospice to where you look bad or feel guilty for leaving, the workplace where it might be difficult for you to leave still. They thrive in these environments like tapeworms in the intestines of livestock. And that's exactly what they are. Parasites. This is when your Grey Rock method gets tested to the max. The reason why they like this setup is because it's like a buffet for them, a feast. Especially when they've been starved. It's like being at the bottom of the platform in the movie The Platform. They've had to actually eat at themselves all this time. And then you come along and it's like, oh my gosh, we actually got some food this time. Yum. Number 5, they have to be in control of the way that you see yourself. I understand wanting someone to see the error of their ways. I don't want anybody to be delusional. I do not understand the obsession with trying to convince someone that she or he shouldn't feel good or positive things about themselves. Especially if they are not hurting anyone and handling things in a healthy way, right? As a matter of fact, as a test to see if someone you suspect of being a narc is one, say something positive about yourself. Narcs hate this because in their mind, you are not supposed to feel good about yourself. Ever. Now, if you want to make some self-loathing remarks where you're putting yourself down, they'll listen to that. They might even uplift you. But you better not have self-esteem around them. I can tell you that right now. I'm thinking about making another video to divulge my villainous book of techniques that I use when dealing with narcs. That gives me the type of satisfaction that a cat feels playing with their dinner. My method is actually a variant of Grey Rock. I call it Black Rock. If that's not taken, this is for when you have nothing to lose and you're like me, secretly evil, but only to evil people. Of course. Evil people suck. So, back to my playbook. It's a playbook for victims of NA that are tired of people saying, you gotta forgive people and let it go. I'm not letting Jack go. You can let him go if you want to and be a darn fool, but not I. So today I'm going to close this video off with a story time, and it's about how I dealt with a narc at work. There was this narc that every week he would manufacture chaos. We were not trained at all, and some information was intentionally held from us. Narc, he would constantly loud talk that people weren't doing what they were supposed to be doing, and he would talk to the supervisor, and the supervisor would say that he's not about to babysit us all loud in front of us. Like we're all adults here, except for you, you emotionally stunted troll. We had to monitor cameras, and every time I saw him on the camera, it looked like a snapshot of Bigfoot. I couldn't stand his ass. And I'm talking about narc, not the supervisor. Of course, I couldn't stand the supervisor either, but he didn't look like Bigfoot the way that narc looked like Bigfoot. Anyway, I found myself in that cycle of having to over-explain myself, and I didn't like it. So I did go to save people on other shifts and ask them questions and took notes. For a long time, I learned new things that I should have been taught already. So when it was time for my shift, I was ready. I deprived him of his sustenance and started writing activity reports. So when I had to answer to the supervisor for things that others don't have to answer for, keep it real, like where I was during different times, I just take out my activity report and point. It was doing more than I had to, but worth it for not having to talk to them and depleting of their supply reserves, you know? I recall that Narc always accused people of not doing their jobs, but he always goes missing when people would come in and he actually had to work, which didn't bother me so much because I hated him being around and was happy that he was gone. But there's layers to the situation. One layer is that he has been there longer and withholds information. Then he walks off, leaving me to figure out on my own so he can come back and act like I need him. Which is why I can't stand these people, because they go out of their way to do things with bad intentions. So I went to the bathroom and I heard him come back to the desk and he starts saying that I should have told him that I was going to the bathroom. So I said, "Have I been gone long?" And he went straight Porky the Pig on me. He didn't know what to say. The reasons why I did what I did by going to the bathroom is I wanted to show him that he's relying on me to always be at the desk and he can do whatever he wants to do. That is folly. I wanted to show him that he cannot control what I do. No, I did not have to use the bathroom. No, I did not have to use the bathroom, actually. But by asking the question, if I've been gone long, number one, he couldn't answer the question, which was hilarious. He hadn't been there. Two, shows him how silly he is for acting like I should be there all of the time and can't use the bathroom while he can. Also, he had brought up that that's why we should have each other's numbers so we can let each other know. Heck no! The rest of the people in his miserable life may feel like they have to report to him. That is not me. And I let him know that. By number one, going to the bathroom, I am left alone for long stretches of time alone. And this is something I don't like doing because I like him being gone. But at the same time, I didn't like the controlling aspect of it. And I still think that I was missing information essential for the job. So he's basically throwing me to the freaking wolves. Most likely revenge for gray rocking him. This rebukes control. Number two, the timing. I knew to go when the narcissistic supervisor comes in because Narc is always accusing everyone else of slipping. And you can't accuse everyone else of slipping when you yourself is slipping. Number three, I answered, "Have I been gone long?" Knowing he couldn't answer. Gray rock with teeth, aka black rock at its finest. Number four, I stayed quiet while he babbled on in Charlie Brown adult language. Womp 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 womp. So, another thing, the supervisor actually relieves us. But when I first started there, he wanted to know if I could actually stay some time after that. I said, heck no. No, I just said no. I didn't know him that well, so I was nice. I'm actually really nice to people when I don't, when they're not like, pieces of, absolute gutter garbage. But I couldn't stand them. They made my blood absolutely boil. Which I know that's what they wanted, but I didn't let it show. I deprived them of my reaction. And that's what you gotta do. Just beware that having to constantly hold back how you feel, stay on top of things more than others so they won't see you slip like that silly ass mask that they keep on their faces. That road is a toll road. The best thing to do is to be looking for a detour. You cannot stay on that road forever because it will cost you. If you keep doing it, soon you'll be as ragged as Thanos after he snapped his fingers. The Infinity Stones tore that ass up.
Anyway, this was enough social interaction for today. Now I need to go rest for 7 days.